All right, it is 3:30, and I would like to call the Muskegon County full board to order. Commissioner Nash, could we have an invocation, please?
Yes, ma'am. Dear Lord, we just thank you today for another day that we're able to open our eyes and see the sunshine. And we just thank you for the blessings and the faith that you have bestowed upon us to deliberate and decide on the decisions for this community. We ask that you look over our community and our state and our country and this entire world as we transition through the different issues that we are dealing with at this time, and just continually bless us to have peace, even in protests, and peace and discussion, and peace all around the world, that we can solve these problems and develop some better avenues for each and every one of us, that we can continue to live in peace and in harmony, so that we can continually give you the glory and the honor in everything that we do. We just ask that you bless us today to have a meeting that is peaceful, that is deliberate, and that is generating better things for this community and for all those that are in it. And we ask you to guide our thoughts, that we do the things that you would ask us to do. We ask all these blessings in your name. Amen.
Thank you, Commissioner Nash. Commissioner Mahoney, would you lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance, please?
Is he on mute?
Yes.
You're muted, Commissioner Mahoney.
Commissioner Mahoney, would you unmute and lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance, please?
Okay. Here, I'll put a flag up.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America
and to the republic
and one nation,
under
under
God,
God,
indivisible,
indivisible,
with justice for all.
liberty and justice for all.
Amen.
Amen.
Thank you very much. Madam Clerk, may I have a roll call, please?
Vice Chair Foster,
here.
Commissioner Hovey Wright,
Here.
Chairman Hughes,
Here.
Commissioner Laring,
Here.
Commissioner Mahoney,
Here.
Commissioner Nash,
Here.
Commissioner Skolnick,
Here.
Commissioner Snyder, Commissioner Snyder,
He's muted.
You're muted, Commissioner Snyder.
Commissioner Snyder, Commissioner Wilkins.
Here,
Can we get Commissioner Snyder unmuted?
Yeah,
Did
we
you
can
hear
see
me?
him and he's responding. We just cannot hear him. Commissioner
Yeah,
Snyder is still muted.
He's still muted.
I think I just unmuted.
Yes, you
There you
did.
Commissioner
Thank
Snyder.
you.
Thank you.
Thank you, and we do have a quorum. Next, we will, before we start, I'd just like to remind the people that have joined us, if you are called on to talk, you can unmute your microphone from a cell phone by dialing *6, or you can raise your hand from a cell phone by dialing *9. Now we will move on to approval of the agenda. Do I have a motion to approve? We have a motion by Commissioner Foster,
support.
Support from Mahoney.
a second by Commissioner Mahoney. Are there any comments, questions, or concerns on the agenda? Seeing none, Madam Clerk, may I have a roll call, please?
Vice Chair Foster,
Yes.
Commissioner Hovey Wright,
Yes.
Commissioner Laring,
Yes.
Commissioner Mahoney,
Yes.
Commissioner Nash,
Yes.
Commissioner Skolnick,
Yes.
Commissioner Snyder,
Yes.
Commissioner Wilkins,
Yes,
Chairman Hughes.
Yes.
9 yes, 0 no.
Thank you, and that motion carries. Next, we have approval of the minutes of June 9th, 2020.
Support.
Be right.
We have a motion by Commissioner Hovey Wright, a second by Commissioner Foster. Are there any corrections or additions to the minutes of June 9th? Seeing none, Madam Clerk, may I have a roll call, please?
Commissioner Hovey Wright,
Yes.
Commissioner Laring,
Yes.
Commissioner Mahoney,
Yes.
Commissioner Nash,
Yes.
Commissioner Skolnick,
Yes.
Commissioner Snyder,
Yes.
Commissioner Wilkins,
Yes.
Vice Chair Foster,
Yes.
Chairman Hughes.
Yes,
9 yes, 0 no.
and that motion carries. Next, we have a presentation by Public Health Director Kathy Moore. Kathy, are you on with us? There you are.
Yes, and I will make it brief because I see you have 2 other presentations as well.
All right, thank you.
You're welcome. The profile for Muskegon County COVID-19, we are at a total of 772 cases identified, 47 deaths. Most of the deaths recently were related to nursing home residents. We are now also showing the recovered cases on our on the chart as well, and we are showing 541 recovered cases, and that really leaves us with 184 active COVID-19 cases. Sometimes individuals who we think are recovered may relapse and start having symptoms again, but for the most part, Muskegon County is definitely moving in the right direction as it relates to COVID-19. Public health has been working with businesses and organizations as they reopen and bring employees as well as visitors back into their building. Probably the biggest challenge is helping them understand that contacts of contacts are considered casual contacts and they do not have to be quarantined or tracked. And I will pause there to see if there's any questions.
I have a question, Kathy.
Yes.
When will people start getting results from the testing done a week ago Friday?
Individuals are getting results now. They've started getting them as early as last week, Wednesday. They were available individually through the portal, and then we are getting the results, and I think we've gotten 87, and we're contacting them as soon as we get them. So within that same day, Public Health does. But if they go into the bioreference portal, patient portal they call it, they can get their results right there. And there was only 2 results that that bioreference said not enough specimen was collected to make a determination.
Madam Chair, may I make a comment?
Yes, go right ahead, Bob.
Kathy, I was tested at the middle school. Is that Orchard View? I can't remember.
Oak Ridge.
Yes.
Oak Ridge.
I went to
Oak Ridge, yes, I'm sorry.
I was tested on Saturday. I got the results back on Thursday. I did register for the portal and I was able to see them there. And then I got a call from the health department.
Yes.
So everything worked just the way it was supposed to.
Thank you. And that is, thanks to the wonderful staff here at Public Health.
Okay, so I was also tested at the middle school, and I called twice today, and I haven't gotten any results. So I don't know how. There was nothing on the sheet about a portal.
It should have been in the package, but actually, Commissioner,
website.
I'm sorry. Yeah, it should have been in the package. We had volunteers helping us stuff that patient portal and contact information. But I will find that for you, Commissioner, and send it to you both email and text on your phone.
Okay, Thank you.
All right, you're welcome.
Kathy, can I make one other comment?
Yes.
I really enjoyed the swab.
Right.
Madam Chair, may I make a comment?
Yes, go right ahead, Commissioner Foster.
Muskegon County Public Health did an outstanding job at Oak Ridge at that event. They really made the county proud. Thank you, Kathy.
Thank you, and thank you guys. Thank you, Commissioner, for suggesting the site. And even though the number was smaller than like the Muskegon Heights number, we still broke records across the state. So other communities, we still outperformed other communities.
Yay.
So yeah, great turnout.
Great job, Kathy. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Any other questions for Kathy? Then we will move on to the Director of Emergency Services, Rich Warner.
Okay, can everybody hear me?
Yep.
All right, very good. We had 80 houses originally that we were trying to get qualified for the SBA funding. We sent out 54 emails. 36 of them responded the first time through. And then last Friday, I got a call from my district coordinator that said we were 10 houses shy of qualifying for the SBA funding. So I emailed out 18 more emails out to houses that didn't respond previously. So I got some more back, but I still have 26 that have never responded to any of my emails. So currently we have 54 sitting at the SBA being evaluated, and I'm crossing my fingers that we will be successful. I really thought we were going to get it on the last go around. So I'm unfortunately not as positive this time around. What they think qualify and what I think qualify are obviously two different things, but they're the ones that control the rules. So I'm hoping, hopefully, maybe by the end of the week, we'll know something more. But that's all I have on that.
Thank you, Rich. Does anybody have any questions for Rich?
Susie, I have one.
Go ahead, Bob.
Rich, are you in the emergency motorhome?
No, I'm in actually my camper today.
Oh, okay, because it looks like you're in some kind of a camper, and I know we have that,
I am.
have that vehicle. Okay, no, that's fine.
All right, thank you very much. We will move on to the Director of Information Technology, Ivan Phillips. Ivan?
Yes, good afternoon, and thank you. This is about our website refresh. 3 years coming, we get a free one every 3 years. I've invited our new rep, Melissa, I see that she's on, to talk to us directly about what that refresh means to us. Melissa, could you please unmute? Melissa, if you can hear me, can you please unmute? Okay, well, while she's trying to figure out how to unmute her, can somebody unmute her? One of the hosts?
Can you guys hear me now?
There we go.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Sorry about that. I'm going to be sharing my screen here. Oh, I cannot share my screen. Am I able to share my screen with you guys?
You can if one of the hosts lets you, I believe.
You can now, Melissa.
My name is on here.
Okay, there. Thank you. Are you guys able to see my PowerPoint now?
Yes.
Yes.
All right. Perfect. Well, thank you so much for inviting me to your meeting today. I'm excited to be here. I'm actually not too far from Muskegon County. I am a local rep for you guys, so I'm located in West Olive, Michigan. So just a little bit south of you guys. So like Ivan said, we are going to be talking about your guys' website redesign that you're eligible for starting July 17th, and just what that entails for the county. So I'm going to go ahead and go to the next slide here. I just wanted to put a brief introduction of what I am as your account manager here at Civic Plus. So communicate with Ivan regarding the website and any questions that you guys may have moving forward as well. So talking about the redesign, you guys are eligible to start this July 17th. And what that means is that you will have a complete new layout and design of your site. There are no costs associated with it because it was built into your contract. This goes for some of the additional websites as well that are included in your contract at that time. So we will work with Ivan and other staff members that will be involved during this project to ensure that the new design goals for the county, where things are placed and things like that. Are there any questions on that portion of things?
What's the time frame? You said it starts July 17th. Is there a time frame?
Yep, so you guys are ready to get started that time, great. Whenever you start, you are looking at about a 28-week project time frame.
I have a question. In reading, I just read what was up there, and you said that it's done on a hidden part of the existing website, and then you lay it out over what's already there, or something like that. Is that about what is that how it works?
Yes, so what we do for current clients is we used to create a brand new website, and then what would happen is that clients would have to manage 2 different websites, and then we would have to migrate content over. So we've started doing an in-place redesign for about 2 years now, and it's worked really well, and we get some great feedback. So what we'll do is we'll create the new design, like it says, on a hidden section of your website. So constituents or anybody that is not able to have access to that won't be able to have visibility into that. One of the nice things about that is that there's no need for content migration. So if staff is cleaning up content on your current website, everything will stay there. Once you guys have approved the new design, our team will place the new design, the new navigation and things like that on the website. So it's a really seamless experience for constituents and also for staff working on this project, and it reduces the timeline as well.
So the reason I'm asking then is the website essentially the same website, but it just looks different? Is there a significant change in how it in how it functions? Or I mean, is it just a cosmetic refresh, or what is it?
Yeah, so that's a great question. So it'll be it can be, depending on what design is selected. So it could look, a lot different, or it can look very similar if you guys like your current design and you feel like that's working well for you. We will work to restructure, new layout. If you guys want to change your colors, or if you want to, place a new logo, move some things around, that's part of the redesign. So it really, new images, obviously, so it will still look slightly different than what you have now. Does that answer that question?
Sort of. How many websites does Civic Engage manage?
We have over 3,500 local government websites. So that is all we do. I can send Ivan, and he can share a library of different design portfolios that we have done. If you guys want to provide feedback on what you like and what you don't like, that is also helpful during the redesign process for your project manager.
I'd like to see some other, some other websites. I mean, I think our website works all right. I only use a very small part of it. Every time I've used it, I found what I wanted to use, but it's kind of not state of the art in my mind. I mean, it works well, but it's maybe all county websites are kind of boring. I don't know.
Bob, I think what we're going to do is redo the look of the website, the colors, the pictures, the way it moves through itself, not necessarily the pages for the individual departments, because they handle those themselves. But I do have a question for you. We don't really have a county logo or county colors. do we have an opportunity with this refresh to move into something like that?
So you can. We are able to create a logo for you guys and work on a color palette. There is a cost associated with that if you guys wanted to get that added on. Otherwise, you can still change your colors if you just let us know kind of what colors you want to work with. So there's a couple options.
So do you have a professional team that would help us design a logo?
We do.
Okay. I guess that's really the questions that I have. Anybody else have any questions?
I just had a couple comments.
Go ahead, Commissioner Wish.
I would love to see us somehow, some way, someday get our website to be much more user friendly. It just seems to be really complicated to use from someone who is basic with computers. We have a lot of links, a lot of things that you have to go through to get to that. I was looking at the city of Muskegon site the other day, and they have really simplified their website, and it's a lot more user friendly. It actually looks really nice too. But I'm hoping that someday we can get to that point with the county. I know we have much more in departments and services, but somehow, some way, making it just a lot easier for users.
Yeah, absolutely. So I'm just pulling up the City of Muskegon. We have similar sites that look like this. So with this refresh, you guys are able to accomplish that new look and feel that you're wanting to achieve, and make it a lot easier for constituents to find that information. So you guys are eligible for our highest level of the redesign package. So you're getting a complete new custom design and complete new custom layout. So this would be a great time to collaborate together and get some of those ideas and implement them during the redesign. I will send that link to Ivan in case he wants to forward it to you guys, and you can review some of those different sites that we have done to get some ideas of what we have created and what recent clients have implemented in terms of redesign design options.
If you could forward to Ivan, maybe 15 or 20, I don't know, whatever you got, just other websites, so we could just go and look and see what other counties are doing that you've designed.
Yeah, absolutely.
That'd be great.
And we will also set up a work session with Ivan and his team to let us look at it and go through with him what it is we're thinking about changing and what it is we actually can change with this refresh. Does anybody else have any questions? Director Phillips, do you have anything that you would like to add to that and tell us?
Yes, I'd like to thank Melissa for her time. Excellent presentation. I appreciate your time. Look forward to working with you. And yes, Commissioner Skolnick, I will make sure you and administration and the rest of the commissioners get those sites to take a peek at before we have that work session, okay?
Thank you.
Perfect. Thank you very much. Anybody have any questions for Ivan? All right, seeing none, we will move on. We now have time set aside for public comment. If there's anybody that has a public comment, would you please raise your hand or let us know that you have something to contribute, and we will call on you and give you an opportunity.
Madam Chair, I don't see anybody.
Anybody have any comments? Do you see anybody, Mark?
No, I do not.
I do not see anyone either.
Anybody see anybody? Any other public comment?
No, ma'am.
Any public comment? We will move on to communication. We have two pieces of communication. They will be included on file and they will become part of the permanent record. Next, we have committee and board
Madam
reports,
Chair, Madam Chair,
community development and strategic planning.
Susie, Marcia. Hello?
There was no action items on community development and strategic planning. Oh, Marcia,
Yeah, I'm sorry. I wanted to say something.
Marcia, you need to unmute.
I am unmuted.
I can hear you, Marcia.
Can you hear me now?
I can hear.
Oh, okay. So I wanted to say something about the first communication item. I would like to have the board fully support this, but it's for AM County, and I would like to look at making it specific to Muskegon County and forward that. So I'd like something more. I'd like to do something more with it.
All right.
Ask if there's
We will have somebody take a look at that and see if they can come back with a resolution.
Could you say that again, Susie?
Well, I will have Mark and I will take a look at it, see if we can't come up with something that we can do for Muskegon County and bring that back.
Great.
That will come back before Human Services Committee.
Perfect.
Community development.
Community
We do
development,
have
okay.
Community
Sure.
development on the 9th.
Okay, that'll be great. Anyone else? All right, we will move on to our Transportation Committee. Commissioner Wilkins.
The Transportation Committee met June 11, 2020. It was recommended, and I move TR 2006-19 to execute the agreement between the Muskegon County Airport and its essential air service provider, SkyWest Airlines, to defer terminal and gate rental payments and airport landing fees payments. Terminal and gate rental deferments will be from May 1st, 2020 to July 31st, 2020, and will be payable by September 30th, 2020. The landing fees deferments will be from April 1st, 2020 to June 30th, 2020, and will also be payable September 30th, 20.
Celestine, you can just read the numbers if you want to.
Oh, okay. Well, where am I now? I'm on the 19.
You messed her up, Susie.
I see that.
2021, I think that's the end of it.
I'll
All
support.
right.
Okay.
We have a motion by Commissioner Wilkins, a second by Commissioner Foster. Are there any comments, questions, or concerns on the Transportation Committee report? Seeing none, Madam Clerk, may I have a roll call, please?
Commissioner Laring, Commissioner Laring,
Yes.
Commissioner Mahoney,
Yes.
Commissioner Nash, Commissioner Nash,
Yes.
Commissioner Skolnick,
Yes.
Commissioner Snyder,
Yes.
Commissioner Wilkins,
Yes.
Vice Chair Foster,
Yes.
Commissioner Hovey Wright,
Yes.
Chairman Hughes.
Yes.
9 yes, 0 no.
Thank you, and that motion carries.
And that completes my report.
Thank you, Commissioner Wilkins. Next on our agenda is the Ways and Means, Commissioner Skolnick.
Thank you, Madam Chairman. The Ways and Means Committee met on June 16th, 2020. It was recommended, and I move WM 20/06-48-49 and -50.
Support.
We have a motion by Commissioner Skolnick, a second by Commissioner Foster. Any comments, questions, or concerns?
Madam Chair, I have a comment.
Commissioner Laring, go right ahead.
So on item number 48, I am going to vote no on that because I want those items over $100,000 individual motions so we can scrutinize them individually.
Thank you. Anyone else? Seeing none, Madam Clerk, may I have a roll call, please?
Commissioner Mahoney,
Yes.
Commissioner Nash,
Yes.
Commissioner Skolnick,
Yes.
Commissioner Snyder,
Yes.
Commissioner Wilkins,
Yes.
Vice Chair Foster,
Yes.
Commissioner Hovey Wright,
Yes.
Commissioner Laring,
No on 48, yes on 49 and 50.
Chairman Hughes.
Yes.
I have 8 yes and 1 no on 48, 9 yes on 49, 9 yes on 50.
Thank you very much. That motion carries.
That completes my report, Madam Chair.
Thank you, Commissioner Skolnick. And we will move on to the chairman's report and the committee reports. Are there any committee liaison reports? Any committee liaisons? Right, we will move on to the chairman's report. And I have a citizen appointment for Kent, Ottawa, Muskegon Foreign Trade Zone Board, term through 6/30/23. Morgan Carroll from Muskegon area first. I'd like a motion to appoint her.
So moved, Mahoney.
We have a motion by Commissioner Mahoney, a second by
Support.
Commissioner Foster. Are there any comments, questions, or concerns? Seeing none, Madam Clerk, may I have a roll call, please?
Commissioner Nash,
Yes.
Commissioner Skolnick,
Yes.
Commissioner Snyder,
Yes.
Commissioner Wilkins,
Yes.
Vice Chair Foster,
Yes.
Commissioner Hovey Wright,
Yes.
Commissioner Laring,
Yes.
Commissioner Mahoney,
Yes.
Chairman Hughes.
Yes.
I have 9 yes, 0 no.
Thank you very much. We will appoint Morgan Carroll to that board. Next, I'd just like to remind everybody that the Muskegon Channel Live webcam is on the USS Silversides, and you can watch what's going on in the channel. It's really nice. Got a lot of interesting things going on our channel. You can see people waving and everything. It's really fun. Next, I'd like to remind everybody that the Taste of Muskegon will take place June 19th through the 28th, so that's still going. Restaurants and food trucks will be providing takeout service to comply with social distancing guidelines.
Commissioner
Indeed.
Hughes, just a comment. I think Representative Sabo is going to need some cholesterol medicine after his trip.
I agree with that. He definitely looks like he was having a good time. He was definitely tasting everything in Muskegon. Number D is the city of Muskegon Heights recently held their ribbon cutting ceremony on the new solar and energy project that will provide 47% of the city-owned facilities with solar energy, and it'll save them approximately $100,000. I would like to congratulate them and tell them great job, and I am really looking forward to that being completed.
I have
Yes.
a question about
Go right
that.
ahead.
Comment. I
Yes.
think this is an excellent thing for them to do, and they're providing leadership, and I would hope that the county would look into what we could do to the same goal of saving money and providing solar energy or renewable energy for county-owned facilities. Who would take that up? Would that be the facilities?
Madam Chair, this is
Yes, please.
Administrator.
Yes,
Yeah, I've
please.
been talking to the Director, Matt Farah, about this already.
Good.
And between them and the city of Muskegon Heights, City of Norton Shores is also doing this. So very interested in both communities and what they're working through. So yeah, we're reaching out to them.
And
Wonderful.
where
Good.
would the solar project, what locations are you looking at?
Well, these would be on top of any building that we own, building rooftops specifically.
Okay.
So we have several. I mean, any facility that we own, for example, South Campus, All Justice, are all possibilities. Airport's possibilities. So a lot of good ideas out there.
Oh, I'm really glad to see that, to learn about that. Thank you.
You know,
Thank you. Yes, go ahead, Bob.
Madam Chair,
Yes.
when you look at item D here, it says save approximately $100,000. I think that's a little misleading because that may be over 20 years or something. I don't know. It appears that it's all at once. It's not. United Way looked at it for their building, and it's not like they just put it up and you get free energy. There's more to it than that because somebody's got to pay for all this equipment.
Right. And
So
then
it's not as simple as it sounds. I'm not saying it isn't a good deal. It may be, but it's not some magic thing where you just make money.
And I think our administrator and our public works director are fully aware of that, and they're vetting out the entire system and the actual cost versus return on that before we move into anything else.
Yes.
Madam Chair, may I?
Yes, go ahead, Commissioner.
Also to remind the commissioners, the county's been working with consumers for the last few years on the largest solar panel farm coming to the state, hopefully in the next few years out at the wastewater.
That's true.
I thought
that's
we just,
still
I
in
thought
process.
I thought we just canceled that lease.
Oh,
That was
no.
the wind. That was wind energy.
No, it was solar energy.
No, that was the other side of the road, John.
Yeah.
If I may, there's a north side contract and a south side contract. Consumers has a south contract, and Commissioner Foster's correct. That's moving forward. And Commissioner Snyder, we did cancel the north side.
Right.
Could we get information about that sent to us?
Yes, I'll talk to Director Johnson and have him provide an update.
Thank you.
Susan, I would like to just also mention that I don't remember how many years ago, it might have been 7 or 8 years ago, we contracted with Honeywell on a huge energy saving project for the county. And if I remember right, we invested about $7 million in upgrades, including new boilers, lighting in many, not all our buildings, but many of our buildings. And I think that actually paid off, didn't it, Mark?
I'd have to ask our finance director, Beth Dick, if she has the latest numbers on that.
I also know that out at the wastewater, they have installed a lot of energy saving things out there, and they've gotten a couple awards in the last couple of years for their energy saving efforts.
Right.
I'm sorry, what was the question from Commissioner Skolnick again?
It wasn't a question, but Beth, you know that the project we did with Honeywell maybe 7 or 8 years ago?
Yes.
Energy saving project. There was an accounting for that every year because Honeywell guaranteed that would work, or they would make up the difference. And if I remember right, the last report I saw, that thing did work. And eventually, once the cost of that is paid off, all the savings will accrue to the county. Is that correct?
Yes, the project, they were giving us a report annually. However, the board approved, we were paying like $15,000 a year for that report to show the savings, which it did show that we were saving and saving enough to pay the bond payments. But the board chose to forego having those annual reports and to use that money. I'll have to look it back up again for another purpose. There was some expenditure that we did need to make. I think it was within the Hall of Justice, within the boiler, that needed an adjustment to correct some issues with that, and the board approved to spend that money to have that done instead. So we do not get those reports anymore, but I can dig up the last report if you'd like to see it.
Do you know how long was the financing for that upgrade?
If you hold on just a minute, I can look it up. I don't know off the top of my head.
Madam Chair, if I may, this is Matt Farrow, Public Works Director.
Yes, go ahead, Matt.
Yeah, as Beth mentioned, year after year, we evaluated, staff gathered data and gave it to Honeywell, evaluated the cost savings. The cost savings were real. The energy use was down. So there was just no sense to continue paying $15,000 a year for them to tell us they did a good job. And we took that money and if you recall, we replaced the main exhaust stack that goes up through the center of the Hall of Justice with that.
Thank you, Matt.
But yes, it was a good savings, and once those bonds are paid, those savings can be realized by the general fund.
Wonderful.
Those are 20-year bonds. They'll be paid off in 2030.
Great. Commissioner Nash, did you have a comment?
Yeah, I was just going to add to that because I don't know if Commissioner Skolnick remembers that, but that used to be a hot topic of mine, and I requested that at the time the previous administration bring back those reports and let us know how we were doing. And they always came back good. They, reported when we requested periodically. And we always had good reports and everything was on schedule. So that was some decent money that we spent and big savings for us.
Good. Thank you. Thank you. All right.
I also wanted to make one
Yes.
more comment. And
Yes,
that
go right ahead.
was, I was out at Pure Marquette and it was good to see our Lake Express running and shipping people over back and forth to Milwaukee again.
Wonderful. That is good news. Anyone else? We will move on to the
Thank you, Madam Chair.
administrator's report. Mark?
Thank you. I have one item for consideration. To approve the prosecutor to apply for and accept the FY 2021 VOCA grant in the amount of $70,791.
So moved.
Second.
Support.
We have a motion by Commissioner Nash, a second by Commissioner Foster. Are there any comments, questions, or concerns?
Could we get a definition of this grant?
Yes, Under Sheriff Sanford or Sheriff?
No, this is mine now, Mark.
Oh,
Oh,
it's DJ's.
DJ. There we go. Thank you.
I mean, you promoted him to prosecutor, and I appreciate that, but I still want to hold on to it.
He's looking ready to go.
Yeah, right. So we've had this position for a long time. This is our domestic violence specialist. It's funded through the VOCA funds. So this particular advocate works directly with domestic violence victims. We handle on average about 850 to 900 domestic violence cases a year. So this lady does a really good job for us, and obviously it doesn't require any general fund dollars. This is completely funded by the state.
I have a question.
Yes, go right ahead, Marcia.
Yeah, I believe this must be the same grant, and I asked the same question last year. This person works with Every Woman's Place, I understand, at the shelter.
Well, even before this
What's
grant,
the differentiation of?
we work with Every Woman's Place on a lot of this stuff. But yeah, she actually used to be a person that worked for Every Woman's Place, the current person filling this position. And so yeah, I mean, we've always had a strong partnership, and we'll continue to have a strong partnership with Every Woman's Place.
Yeah, I assumed that. Okay, thank you.
DJ, this motion allows you to apply for it and accept it. Would you just let us know when we get that grant so that we know that's coming?
Well, yeah, I mean, we have to submit it today. So
Right, I know. But when they send you the letter back that says accepted, you're getting your money, would you let us know that?
Sure.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Madam Chair, I have one more question, if I may.
Right ahead.
So it says it's got a 20% in-kind match by volunteers. Who is the volunteer?
Typically, those are interns from Baker College. We have interns throughout the year that come in and help, wanting to learn about the prosecutor's office, and our college interns will spend a lot of time in our victim unit.
Oh, thank you.
Yep.
Thank you. Any other questions for DJ? Thank you very much. Madam Clerk, could I have a roll call on this, please?
Commissioner Skolnick,
Yes.
Commissioner Snyder,
Yes.
Commissioner Wilkins, Commissioner Wilkins,
She said yes.
Vice Chair Foster,
Yes.
Commissioner Hovey Wright,
Yes.
Commissioner Laring,
Yes.
Commissioner Mahoney,
Yes.
Commissioner Nash,
Yes.
Chairman Hughes.
Yes.
I have 9 yes.
Oh,
That
0 no.
motion carries. Thank you very much. Mr. Administrator?
Yeah, I just wanted to give an update on the back to work plan. Last week we've seen employees starting to return. There were some departments open. They did not see the heavy traffic as one would expect. This week we're starting to see more traffic at the Hall of Justice. And speaking to the gentleman at the front desk, they're talking about half the people are come. We do have a piece of paper that shows them how to access online, and they're very thankful of that. So a lot of them can answer their questions right up front, and the sheriff's staff is taking care of that. So I appreciate that from the sheriff. The courts have been very helpful too, to make sure that they have the right information down here. So Patrick and Sandra has been on top of that as well. So overall, I heard good reports from last week, and things are running smoothly this week. Patrick and Sandra are here if you have any questions on the courts. South Campus, again, running smooth. Matt Fair has been making sure that everybody has well protection as far as shields, and we continue to move forward. And I think Sandra informed me yesterday that July 6th will be when the courts are open back up. So things are moving right along on back to work plan.
Great. And I've heard some really good reports too, that people were able to access a lot of their needs online. And I'd like to thank all the departments that stepped up to that. And I know it's new for us, but it really is working for the public, and I appreciate that. Anybody have any questions for the administrator? Seeing none, go ahead. Did somebody have
Madam
something?
Chair? Yeah, this is Commissioner Larian. So is there any discussion on when the board, when do we intend on discussing this amongst the board or from the administration before we return to in-person meetings? I would like to see an opportunity where we could, if commissioners are uncomfortable coming in for face-to-face, we could combine face-to-face and this Zoom meeting. I'm wondering if there's an opportunity for that discussion to take place.
I might lean on our corporate counsel to help answer this question. The governor did extend the remote meeting access as we're doing today. And there is still a limit of 10 here might be lifted to a larger number. Mike Lemire, any thoughts on the latest?
Yeah, so you're correct that the governor extended the ability to meet by electronic means through the end of July. That's Executive Order number 129, I believe. Executive Order 110, which is currently in effect for your region, limits the number of 10 persons to a gathering or event indoors. Outdoors, it's 100 people, but in either of those instances, you're still required to keep minimal distance of 6 feet. So the problem that we're having, even for clients of ours that are located in region 6 and 8, where they're allowed to have up to 50 people indoors, the facility is not big enough to accommodate both the public and or members of the commission or the council or the board, sufficient to have that social distancing of 6 feet. So even if you could get 50 people indoors, you can't accommodate them because of the space requirements. So some of our clients are meeting in person with just the council or the board or the commission in this instance, as long as you provide that 6 feet of distance, and then handling also the public participation by Zoom video, which you can still do through the end of July. Now, those restrictions may change for your region at some point, but even if they did, I suspect we're still going to have a spacing requirement issue with respect to allowing the public to attend in person as well, because we never know how many people in the public may choose to attend, so it's hard to plan for that.
Thank you, Mike. And I will add my 2 cents on this, and we've discussed this a couple times with Mike and with the administrator. Right now, we have several people on our board that are vulnerable to this, and we certainly don't want to do anything that would encourage their health issues. So right now, I see us staying with this probably through the end of July, unless things drastically change. And then I think that will be something that we'll need to take a look at. I would even consider maybe doing our committee meetings remotely and our full boards together. But we do have the opportunity, as long as this exists, we can get a lot more people on to be able to hear what's going on with this than we can get in our boardroom. So it's really working good for us. Any other questions, comments, or concerns?
I have one more item that I'd like to bring up.
Yes, go
Just
right ahead. I'm sorry.
Information. Our Senator Bumstead sent us an email. I think everybody may have received that today.
Right.
About the Senate Bill 690. Beth and Kristen has been working hard on this in the last few weeks, anticipating something like this would come forward. So we're excited to see this CARES Act, the funding there, and we continue to put dollars together. Public health, public safety, district courts, specialty courts, things we have addressed, at least have a list of already, and continue to work on this. So we're happy to see that a Senate bill and hope the governor signs it.
Great, thank you very much.
That ends my report. Thank you.
Anyone else? We will move on to old business. Is there any old
Madam-
business to come before this committee? Yes,
Madam Chair, I do have a couple, if I may, please.
yes, Gary, go right ahead.
First, Public Works meeting for July, I would like to have a motion to cancel that due to lack of items other than the one we were going to talk about on Wolf Lake, which we can do in August if the board agrees to move it to August in Eggleston Township.
All right. I will make that motion. Do I have a second?
Second.
We have a motion and support. Any comments, questions? Seeing none, Madam Clerk, may I have a roll call, please?
Commissioner Schneider,
Yes.
Commissioner Wilkins,
Yes.
Vice Chair Foster,
Yes.
Commissioner Hovey Wright,
Yes.
Commissioner Laring,
Yes.
Commissioner Mahoney,
Yes.
Commissioner Nash,
Yes.
Commissioner Skolnick,
Yes.
Chairman Hughes,
Yes.
9 yes, 0 no.
Thank you very much. That motion carries. Gary, did you have something else?
Yes, ma'am. The other one would be transportation. When we had the last transportation meeting, we had a lot of questions from the commissioners on the MAT system currently, where we're going with it. Can we ask for a work session with the commissioners on updating everyone on the same page?
I will ask the administrator to set something up for us. Would you do that, please?
Yes, I'll look at potentially the July 9th. That's when we have extra time because of Public Works just canceled. So
All right,
July 9th, maybe at 2 p.m.
that sounds good.
Thank you, Madam Chair.
Thank you very much. Any other old business? Seeing none, we will move on to new business. Does anybody have any new business to come before this committee?
Madam Chair, I was just
Yes.
making sure we're all set with the development of the resolution for community development and strategic planning.
And which resolution are we talking about?
The one that Commissioner Hovey Wright brought up. Because we were working with this already, and I wanted to make sure that we're all set with that for that committee.
Yes, we've already assigned that to that committee. Mark and I will get together and make sure that we get something typed up with all of the Muskegon County information on it. And we'll need to update some of the Muskegon County numbers and things on that too. So
Right.
we will have it ready for a Muskegon County resolution. Thank you,
Correct.
Commissioner Nash. Anybody else? Seeing none, we now have time set aside for public comment. Do I have anybody that would like to make a comment? Please raise your hand or notify us in some way that you have a public comment. I am looking for hands, and I do not see any at the moment. Anybody interested in having a public comment?
Jennifer does. Look at her. She's ready.
She's ready?
Well, if you insist, Mark.
Okay, come ahead.
Muskegon Township Supervisor. What can I comment? I will just say that I will encourage, as long as the new Executive Order 2020, I think it's 129, is allowing the virtual meeting to continue. I really enjoy the board's meetings and being able to attend them and keep up with what's going on. And I think you guys are doing a really good job navigating them. So
Thank you. And I'd like to say happy anniversary too.
Oh, well, thank you. That's it. Thanks for giving me the time, Mark. I mean,
Thank
Susan.
you.
Madam Chair,
Yes,
could I ask Mrs. Hodges a question?
you certainly may.
Whose picture is that on your file cabinet?
Oh, that's my good friend Bob Skolnick.
Oh, wow.
You see that?
Oh, you suck up, you. Oh, my word. All right, I do not see any other hands, so we will close public comment. Are there any final board comments?
Madam Chair, I'd like to make a comment if I may.
Yes, go ahead, Commissioner Laring.
Thank you. So I do see the value in these Zoom meetings, and I actually hope that the governor extends the opportunity to do this in perpetuity, and we maybe even amends the Open Meeting Act. But there's also value in meeting face to face. And I wasn't suggesting that we go back to automatic meetings. What I was suggesting, as you mentioned, there are vulnerable people within the commission and probably the public that wouldn't want to meet face to face. But I think that we could combine the two with our IT department with our videotaping that we're currently doing and maybe placing a monitor in the boardroom. We could combine both the meeting of the public and the Zoom meeting together, and possibly the commissioners that felt unsafe meeting in that environment would solve our social distancing problem that we have in our boardroom right now. So it's kind of, that's my thoughts, is that we don't necessarily have to go back to meeting as the board and the board all at once. We could combine the two simultaneously.
Thank you, Commissioner Laring. Those are some good ideas, and we will take a look at all the options that we have to keep us informed and the people informed and be able to meet as often as
Commissioner Hughes.
Yes.
I'd like to thank you for joining our asset meeting yesterday. We have been desperately trying to get the 75% of those appointed and serving to be able to pass some bylaws. And you brought us over the line so we could do it.
Thank you, Ken. And I'd like to too take this opportunity to thank you. You stepped up my first term and took over as vice chair. Now you're chairman of that asset committee, and that covers our entire region of workforce development and Michigan Works. And I have had to miss quite a few of those meetings because I have another commitment at that time. And I really appreciate your leadership in that. You've done an excellent job.
Thank you. But thanks for helping us out.
No problem. Happy to do it. Anybody else?
Can I finish my public comment? I mean,
yes,
I did, but
yes, go right ahead, Jen.
I agree, Commissioner Laring. I would love to see some sort of hybrid of this, and I think we all need to let our representatives at the state level know that we need to see some sort of adaptation. So,
yes, that would be. I agree. That would be very helpful. Thank you.
Yep, I'm done now. I promise.
Oh, no, anytime. Certainly want my supervisor to have all the time she needs at the board meetings. All right.
Madam Chair?
Yes, sir.
Just a reminder, there's no meeting on Thursday.
There is no meeting on Thursday.
Oh.
Sorry, I know you're disappointed. Now I would entertain a motion to go into closed session pursuant to MCL 15-268 to discuss a confidential written legal opinion.
So moved.
Support.
A motion by Commissioner Nash, a second by Commissioner Mahoney. Madam Clerk, may I have a roll call, please?
Commissioner Wilkins,
Yes.
Vice Chair Foster,
Yes.
Commissioner Hovey Wright,
Yes.
Commissioner Laring,
Yes.
Commissioner Mahoney,
Yes.
Commissioner Nash,
Yes.
Commissioner Skolnick,
Yes.
Commissioner Snyder,
Yes.
Chairman Hughes.
Yes.
I have 9 yes, 0 no.
And we will move into closed session. Kathy and will move us into a closed session, and Perfect. It looks like we have everybody back. I will entertain a motion to go back into open session.
So move.
Support.
We have a motion by Commissioner Nash, seconded by Commissioner Foster. Madam Clerk, may I have a roll call, please?
Linda, you're muted.
Vice Chair Foster,
Yes.
Commissioner Hovey Wright,
Yes.
Commissioner Laring,
Yes.
Commissioner Mahoney, Commissioner Mahoney,
He did say yes.
okay. Commissioner Nash,
Yes.
Commissioner Skolnick,
Yes.
Commissioner Snyder, Commissioner Snyder,
He also is muted. There you go.
Yes.
He said yes.
Commissioner Wilkins,
Yes.
Chairman Hughes.
Yes.
I have 9 yes, 0 no.
That motion carries. We are now back into open session. I would entertain a motion to support the decisions made on the FOIA request and let the people that have requested additional information know that.
So moved.
Motion by
Support.
Commissioner Snyder, second by Commissioner Mahoney. Any questions? Seeing none, Madam Clerk, may I have a roll call, please?
Commissioner Hovey Wright,
Yes.
Commissioner Laring,
No.
Commissioner Mahoney,
Yes.
Commissioner Nash,
Yes.
Commissioner Skolnick,
Yes.
Commissioner Snyder,
Yes.
Commissioner Wilkins,
Yes.
Vice Chair Foster,
Yes.
Chairman Hughes.
Yes.
I have 8 yes, 1 no.
Thank you very much. That motion carries. Now we will move into public comment. No, we're done with public comment, I think.
I'll make a motion that we adjourn.
Good job, Commissioner Nash. Thank you very much.
Second.
Yeah,
And
I
we have
like
a
that.
motion and a second. Although, Madam Clerk, may I have a roll call, please? I know this is a pain, but that's what the law requires right now, so.
Commissioner Laring,
Yes.
Commissioner Mahoney,
Yes.
Commissioner Nash,
Yes.
Commissioner Skolnick,
Yes.
Commissioner Snyder,
Yes.
Commissioner Wilkins,
Yes.
Vice Chair Foster,
Yes.
Commissioner Hovey Wright,
Yes.
Chairman Hughes.
Yes.
I have 9 yes, 0 no.
Thank you. And Linda, thank you very much. You did an excellent job today. I really appreciate it.
Oh, thank you. You're very
Yep.
welcome.
And we are adjourned.